Danielle, I know firsthand, and I think everybody would share my feelings here, how hard it is to share your personal story and connect it to the common struggles. It's just really hard. So thank you for opening your heart today and making that possible. Before I start my remark, we were bonding up there and talking about this moment. I have known these women for a long time and cherished them. And in the greater context, us coming to talk to you in the first panel, what you're seeing here is a special moment in time. A moment that so many people before us worked towards. And many who are not in the room today and who are here have worked through mentorship, solidarity. We on this panel and in this program and beyond, at this moment, we do not compete. We work together. We support each other even when we don't talk to each other for months or years, because we are committed to exactly what was articulated by Danielle and will be articulated on this panel and our colleagues earlier told you about. And that is because we all believe wholeheartedly, despite what you hear outside, that this is the most precious service you can do for society. If you are called to serve in this way, by being a lawyer, please consider reaching out to the support system that has been created for you, because you will find it to be a vehicle that continue to provide you with the sustenance to keep on making the impact that you dream to make. Today, my comments will be a little more internal as I think about the things that I want students to consider as they make their journey. I always come back to the same themes. It is because I think there are external struggles, and they are numerous, and then there is the internal thing that no one can know but yourself. No one can make that journey for you. No one wakes up in the morning and hears that little voice that either you battle with or tells you, depending on where you are in your life, tells you what to do. So my comments are geared towards what I've learned. It's a personal set of principles that have worked for me that I wanted to share with you. So I entitled my talk, just because I'm a child of the hip-hop 90s, the 5 Growth Commandments. So as you make your journey, you will hear many rules. I put to you that there are 5 things that are essential. The rest works itself out. The 5 essential things for me are, number 1, you can't live for other people. That's self-explanatory, but it bears repeating. You only have one life, and you must make it count. Number 2, everyone you will meet will have the same questions as you. Life is hard. It's also beautiful. The fact that we are here is a miracle. Those facts alone trigger common questions, and no one is born with a blueprint. Some just have a better access to information than others. We are here to help you get this access. Number 3, embrace discomfort. Everything is uncomfortable, and everyone is uncomfortable. They just know how to fake it sometimes. And sometimes they don't even fake it that well. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to people. You will find that they struggle with the same things as you, and eventually you will be free from discomfort. That is the sweetness of growth. Think of discomfort as the price you pay for that sweetness. Number 4, take care of yourself and be loving to yourself. What does that mean? You will hear a lot of wellness talk. We have made that a priority in law school. But note that my definition of self-care is not the shishi-foo-foo message you get from the media. Yeah, that's the French in me, y'all. My definition is simple. Freedom of spirit. It means life on your own terms. It means conscious rejection of artificial constraints and prioritization of the unshakable precious spirit that is in you. Spirit is a thing, the gift that we are all born with. That is why we are all unique. Prioritizing spirit honors life. It allows you to live up to the highest manifestation of possibilities. Number 5, no one can know you better than you. Those who know me know that I say that all the time because it is actually should be number 1. A lot of people, and you've heard this from all of us, a lot of people will try to tell you who you are. Don't believe them. In fact, refuse to let anyone define you. That rule, like I said, should be number 1 as it underlies everything. Without a strong core and a strong sense of self, things are just harder. And it's hard to follow, and it becomes harder to follow the other 4 rules. But there's good news. That might seem daunting. There are ways to master the steps and principles I just formulated. Every other lesson you've heard here is valuable. Yes, hard work, constant learning, they are all ingredients to success. Still, you will find that without the 5 essential rules I mentioned, many smart, overtly successful folks struggle and often end up unhappy. So with these 5 essential guidelines, I'm asking you to think about a bigger and larger definition of success. It is an idea of success where all of you will achieve your dream career path. You are already well on your way. And will strive to connect to the common journey that binds us all as humans. Take, for example, 2 people I have always considered my guiding spirits. I'm talking about Harriet Tubman and Toussaint Louverture. Ancestors in the room. Or as I call them, door openers and spirit guiders. Both Tubman and Louverture were born into worlds where all of the realities told them they should not be alive. They were both born in a world that actively tried to kill them every moment of the day. Toussaint Louverture was born enslaved in what became Haiti. Harriet Tubman was born enslaved in the US. First, Harriet Tubman, the door opener, was born between 1820 and 1825. Like many enslaved people, she suffered physical violence routinely. The most severe injury occurred when she was an adolescent. Sent to a dry goods store for supplies, she encountered what was considered then a runaway enslaved person. The overseer demanded that Harriet Tubman help restrain the runaway. With clarity of purpose, Tubman refused. This was a teenager, y'all. The overseer threw a 2-pound weight that struck her in the head. As a result, she suffered from seizures, severe headaches, and narcoleptic episodes for the rest of her life. As a teenager, she knew herself enough to refuse to obey and suffered violence from that refusal. That did not stop her. She eventually chose to fight for freedom for herself. She encountered the Underground Railroad when she used it to escape slavery in 1849. But she did not stop there. She made it her mission to free others. Between 1850 and 1860, Tubman made 19 trips from the south to the north, following the network known as the Underground Railroad. She guided hundreds of people and helped free hundreds of people, including her parents and several siblings, earning her the nickname Moses of her people. Similarly, Toussaint, born enslaved in May 1743. Francois Toussaint eventually navigated power to independent land cultivation in what was then Haiti, first Saint-Domingue, and became Haiti. In his 50s, he decided to join the Haitian Revolution once it began in 1791. While in slavery, Toussaint had learned African and Creole herbal medical techniques. He became an expert in medicinal plants and horsemanship. While he served in the revolution and led the revolution, he mentored other generals, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Alexandre Pétion. They became the framers of Haiti, the first leaders of the new government. He was such an effective mentorship and led thousands of people into victory that he earned the nickname L'Ouverture, a French word for opening or opening the way. After Toussaint was eventually captured for his military cunning and for playing the European powers, he is memorialized in literature as saying, "In toppling me, you have only toppled the trunk of the tree of liberty. However, the roots are still strong, and they will grow back numerous and stronger." This, of course, ended up as truth as the Haitian Revolution continued after Toussaint's capture and death, leading to Haiti's independence in 1804. So why do I bring these two ancestors up today? I bring them up today because their lives and applications of the 5 lessons are constant reminders that transcendence and freedom are worth fighting for. Tubman and Louverture did not live for other people. At the hardest time in history, they both decided, in completely different locations, to work hard to find their purpose. It did not come easy, it did not come immediately, but by starting with that first rule, do not live for others, they were able to rise to purpose to eventually lead whole people, whole groups to freedom. Tubman refusing to help restrain a fellow enslaved person, that was her living by principle, not for others. Louverture joining the Haitian Revolution despite the relative comfort he had achieved by then, that was him living by principle and not for others. Second principle, everyone has the same question as you. If you look at the life of these two ancestors, you see rule number 2 confirmed. They had the same questions. Why am I here? Can I really do this? Why is the world so hard and hostile to me? We all have a common thread, but unfortunately, you might find that people lash out outwardly in hostility rather than recognize that fact. Don't do that. Remember that everyone struggles, no one is all-knowing, and find the people who are willing to be genuine and who are committed to sharing a common path. The last 3 principles and the last 3 rules: embrace discomfort, take care of yourself, and know yourself. Everything in Harriet Tubman's and Toussaint Louverture's lives showed that they lived and breathed those rules. They lived on their own terms, facing the highest risk, doing the exact opposite of what everyone wanted. Toussaint eventually died for it. Harriet Tubman gave up her whole body and spirit in the service of it. They clearly knew themselves. What does that mean? They knew inwardly that they were superheroes. To people who tell them, you can't do that, you're not good enough, they just shrug their shoulders. They were the precursors to Jay-Z. For example, Tubman is renowned for not accepting no from any of her companions when she was on a mission. And Toussaint did the unimaginable when he became governor of Haiti and entered into diplomatic relationships with colonial superpowers. The lesson, there is no such thing as the unimaginable. It is only unimaginable because you have not imagined it. So spend the time with yourself. Listen to that voice inside of you telling you what you're interested in, what excites you. Try new things. Always strive to learn from every interaction. And most importantly, surround yourself with only people who love your spirit. Only people who recognize the common journey we are all undergoing, and with people who are committed to help you imagine the possible. And you too, I'm convinced, will be our door openers, our Harriet Tubmans, our Toussaint Louvertures, and so much more that we have not yet imagined. We love you all.